And tonight I want to talk very briefly about power, because love is the unifying force, and power is the thing that gets things done. It's the drive to get things done. And I want to say what I've learned in this year is that this town exemplifies so much of what the world wants to happen in the world, that I want to see us really capitalize on that. I want to see us going from the little cul-de-sac on the hill, at the base of the hill, to being the real motivating force that gets others to move forward in a better direction. We saw with the light brown apple moth. I can't tell you how many times it happened with the Transportation Commission where I defended the rights of bicycles and on walkways, and they did exactly what happens in Gandhi's prescription. He said, first they laugh at you, then they fight you, and eventually they'll agree with you. And I believe that we have the ability in this town to mark the way. We saw with the Innovative Small Town Mayors Conference, there were a lot of ideas that came toward us, but we had a lot of ideas to share. I was really moved the other night, Monday night, I went to see San Rafael debate and see if they were going to do a first reading of the Marine Clean Energy Initiative. And it was really, really different from here. Everybody there in the audience really wanted it, and they brought hundreds and hundreds of letters signed by people who really wanted it. And yet the council was very wobbly, and up to the last second, they weren't for it. And then they switched a little bit and they went for it. But one person said that she kind of regretted it. Whether that was the motion she made as she voted. And so we don't know in the second reading if she's going to retreat from it. So that would be a 2-2 vote. It wouldn't be enough for them to join the Marine Clean Energy Initiative. So different from what happened in this town. You told us you wanted it. You built it for years. It's great. It came through us in June or May. We voted on it. Yes, let's go team go. Then they altered it. And they altered it in such a way that it might have let clean energy fall by the wayside while we became a bigger entity involved in all kinds of other things that are useful, like zero waste management, but are not the core of what we're trying to do right now. And we went. I went to meetings of the governance board. Larry went to meetings of the governance board. Lou went to meetings of the governance board. We all believed in talk here and with you, all of us. David Weinstock, Susan Brembo, we all believed that this was right and it had to be an essential part of the agreement. And when I went into the room the first time, they all said to me, well, great, you're here. Nice that you introduced yourself. We're just going to go on with business as usual. And I said this, and I know others said this too from this town. You can go on with business as usual after I have said what I have come to say, which is that this agreement does not have clean energy as its essence, then you will not have Fairfax. And if you don't have Fairfax, you can bet your bottom dollar other people will not see the idealism that should be in this ordinance. And that's it. They didn't let me talk again. I sat there for 2 hours. And every time there was a break, I said it again. It has to be clean energy as its priority function. And afterwards, what happened? After weeks and days and weeks and days and meetings, they changed it so that clean energy is the centerpiece of this initiative. Okay, that's Fairfax. That's Fairfax. I just want to say that in this next year, I hope that we'll move into we'll proceed with key elements that we have been working on. I think we'll proceed with the negotiations about Albertsons. We're constantly in conversation with the owners and with developers, and I just had a conversation the other day with Vice Mayor Weinstock. He has a fabulous idea that I think can be funded by the Marin Community Foundation. I've been in touch with the Wall property. We should keep that up, make sure that the family knows that we're there. Dr. Wall had a stroke the night after he came here and said he was amenable to our needs, and so we're dealing with different people. That can be done. That can be done. Non-motorized transport, I have met with the state representative on corridor efficiencies and trying to get the area, the region changed to more of a flex time consideration, because we can build as many highways as we want. 900,000 cars are expected to go through the Green Bay interchange like monthly in the next when 5 years has passed, there's going to be 900,000 cars there. That's got to end. We can't keep doing this. We've got to come up with different solutions, and Fairfax has those solutions. The small town mayors meeting, everybody there wanted to do it again. We should keep doing it. We should move into new realms. Revenue generation. I think that this fee study that we've just inaugurated is helping, will help. I pay $150 to have a business here. I should be charged much more money than that. Okay? We should hire an event coordinator. The this is my last suggestion, we should hire an event coordinator, somebody who makes use of this building. It should be rented out for weddings and parties and celebrations, and just have somebody, we say to them, look, you make your salary back by how you book this room, things like that, so that everything is generative. I just want to say in closing that everything we do, we started with this meeting, is to end the suffering of the world, the suffering of any part of our nature, of any part of us, of any part of the green world around us. And so ending global warming should be an essential part of what we do in the next couple of months, have conferences, have workshops, come together and look at the next stages so that we can lead this region and be part of leading in this country. But lastly, I want to say that I started with love, I end with love. I love you all. Thank you very much.